Hi again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Sunday, I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far, and thank you so much for joining me here today for another base game only build. As I'm sure, well, most of us are aware by now, the Sims 4 base game will be going free from the 18th of October, so I thought, why not do a base game only build? And I have very recently done another base game only build. I'll pop a card in the right hand corner for you now so you can check that video out if you haven't already. But I thought, because the Sims 4 base game is going free, why not do another base game build? So I really hope you enjoy this one. This is a slightly smaller house than the other one that I did the other week. This is 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Technically 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms because the toilet on the ground floor is a toilet and a sink. There's no shower or bath, so I suppose that would class as 2.5 bathrooms. But I really like this house. I had a lot of fun doing it, and initially I didn't go into game thinking, okay, I'm going to do a base game only build. I sort of decided to do it halfway through and then I was like, well, it seems kind of fitting because obviously we're going to be getting a lot of new players from the 18th, and I'm really excited to be able to share more base game only builds, because if you are new to The Sims, then this is the kind of house that you're going to be looking for, and I'm really excited to be able to share this with you all. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. The exterior is, I think, slightly different from what I'm used to doing, and I think I spoke about this in my other base game only video, and I think only using base game definitely makes you think very differently about maybe like color choices and styles and things like that. And with this one, I wanted it to be quite soft, but at the same time with like pops of dark colors. So I don't know how to explain it. So like we've got the greyish brown brick paired with this cream paneling, which I think works really well. Then with the windows, we've got like the black shutters and then the like dark grey, almost black roof with the white trim. I just think it looks really nice, and the landscaping also ties in really well. There's not too much colour going on. I think I decided to go for like white, green, excuse me, and then like a soft pink as well. And I think it just works really, really well with this particular house. And I also really enjoyed building on this lot, and it's not a lot that I tend to gravitate towards. I don't really know why. I don't think I've got a real reason as to why I don't build on this lot, but I actually tried to build on the opposite lot just over the road there, and I think that's it's a much larger lot than this. And that was going to be a base game only house as well, and I ended up doing the exterior and a bit of landscaping, and then I was looking at it and I'm like, I hate this. I can't stand it. So I ended up bulldozing the entire thing. And truth be told, this is actually, so yesterday I built this house. This is my 5th attempt at a house and or apartment. I wanted to get I wanted to get a build out again for this weekend, because the weekends are when I upload my builds, whether it's on a Friday, a Saturday or a Sunday. I don't have a set schedule right now, but those are the days that I tend to upload, and I didn't want to miss an upload because I don't know if anyone's aware, I've been away with work in London for a meeting, and I've been really tired since I got back. I got back on Thursday, I was at work on Friday, and it's just drained me. I don't know whether I've picked up something while I was there that's made me feel this way, or I'm just tired. I can't quite work it out in my head what's going on. But I wanted to get a video out, and I thought, okay, well, what can I build? And I tried to do like this base game, huge, like it was massive. It was gonna be at least 5 bedrooms. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't even like it. I don't want to finish it. And then I popped over onto this lot here and decided to build a much smaller, cuter house. And I'm really glad that I did that, actually, because I think my last base game house was, I think, 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And it could sleep up to 8 Sims. With this one, it can sleep up to 3 Sims, so it's definitely smaller. However, what I wanted to do was I wanted to sort of tick as many boxes as I could, because obviously if you are new to The Sims and you're new to playing, then you might not have 8 Sims right off the bat. So what I thought was this would be a really good house for a family. I don't want to say that's just starting out, because you might not be familiar with cheats and things like that, because I think this house costs around 85,000 simoleons. So it's definitely not a starter house. It's more like a 2nd or 3rd house that your Sims can grow into. And if you want to add anything on here, then it's very easy to do that. But I'm thinking, well, I didn't want to do like a starter. I mean, I could do a starter house. I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. Like, I could absolutely do a base game starter house if that's what you guys want to see. It would be a huge challenge for me, but I would be more than happy to do that. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something you want to see before Tuesday. I could see if I could whip up a quick base game only starter house. And I think that would be a nice idea, especially for new players, if they're looking for like obviously a starter house to move into. So it'd have to be less than 20,000 simoleons and base game only. So although it would be a challenge, I think it'd be really useful for you all. So let me know. I think I've already decided in my head that that's what I want to do. I can maybe start it after I've done this video. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, we've talked through the entire exterior of the build, but I hope you enjoyed that. We've now moved on to the interior. This is the floor plan here, as you can see. 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. As I explained at the beginning, we do have a separate dining space as well, which was quite important to me. Initially, I was thinking I'm going to go for like really soft tones, soft wood tones, soft sort of like colours on the walls. And then I came away from that completely and I thought, well, that's not the vibe of the exterior of the house. The exterior of the house has a totally different vibe. So I decided to try and sort of match that. And I also realised that this living room is very similar to the living room that I did in my other base game house. So I do apologise for that. I do think I'm a big believer and a big advocate for more items to be added to the base game, because I think the base game needs a little bit of an overhaul. I spoke about this in my last base game only house, and you don't actually realise that that's needed until you are restricted to base game only. And I'm not saying you can't create some lovely houses with base game, because you can. You can build modern houses, traditional houses, whatever you want, but I do think that it needs a bit of an overhaul, and it would be really nice to see, because we've obviously got the Sims Summit live stream coming on Tuesday as well, which I'm very excited for. I can't wait to see what's going to be announced. There's a lot of speculation going around in the community. Is the Sims 5 going to be announced? Like, what's going on? I personally don't think the Sims 5 is going to be announced in this particular live stream. Like, I might be wrong, I don't know, but I think it's going to be more of like what the plans are for the Sims 4 and what the next year potentially looks like, because with the Sims 4 base game going free from the 18th, I think they're trying to get more players sort of on board, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of new players to the Sims, and so it'd be really nice to sort of see some fresh people coming into the community as well. But I think it's going to be more of like a roadmap and things coming for The Sims 4, like what changes they're going to be making to the base game. Maybe they're going to be adding some more items, some more like gameplay things. Like, we'll have to see what goes on, but let me know in the comments down below what you think is going to be announced in The Sims Summit. Will you be tuning in? It'd be nice to see you there if you are. I can't wait. But yes, anyway, the living room's finished. It's a very awkward shape, but I think I made the best use of the space, and this is the hallway here. It's very large, but I was thinking I didn't really know any other way of laying this out, so I just tried to put like items in each corner to make it look a little bit more obvious rather than sparse. So that's very quickly over and done with. And then we move on to the dining room. What's really nice about the dining room is it has these lovely French doors that lead out onto the back garden. Now, I know the back garden at the moment is not decorated. It's like half decorated, but we do end up finishing that off at the end of the video, so stick around to see what we do with that. But yes, I do also add some curtains around the French doors as well, which is something that I don't normally do, but I decided to do in this house. Again, going back to that, when you're using base game only, or even if you're doing base game and then 1 pack or 2 packs, you think so differently than if you're just building with no restrictions. I think I'm definitely someone who makes the same sort of decisions when I'm using all of the packs. I got my go-to items are always used, so it's really refreshing to do things like this every once in a while, just to keep you a bit more on your toes, I guess. Is probably how I would categorize it as. But anyway, the dining room's also done now, and now we move on to the kitchen. The kitchen surprised me. I didn't really have a plan going into this, but I ended up using these white countertops here, and I think they look really good. I think the whole vibe of this house is definitely modern, a little bit of modern mixed with contemporary. No, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. A little bit of modern mixed with like your typical sort of traditional suburban style. I don't know where contemporary came into it. I was clearly thinking about something else. But it's been such a long time since I've used these countertops, but they're just a really good countertop to use. They're very solid. They come in a wide variety of swatches as well that you can use, and they just work really well. They're quite versatile in that respect. And this little bump out here, which from the outside, like when I was looking at the floor plan, I was like, what on earth am I going to do with this space? So I decided to put like a little dining table here, or more like a breakfast table is probably what I would categorize it as. What on earth is that? So your Sims can enjoy breakfast together, or if they're having a more formal dinner, then they can go in the dining room. But anyway, you'll have to bear with me. So yeah, I end up cluttering up some of the wall space here. Not too much. I don't know if anyone's noticed with my base game only builds, they don't tend to be as cluttered as my other builds, and it's two things. I think or maybe it's just one thing. It's because we don't have as many items to choose from, and if you're going for a certain style of house, there's only certain items that you can actually use, and because it's base game only, you are restricted. So that's why. Anyway, this is the downstairs toilet. I could have fit a bath or a shower in here, so if you do move in and you want to put a shower in here, go ahead, make whatever changes you need, I don't mind, whatever you want to do, but I decided to just have this as a toilet. There's not much going on in here. I just add a bit of clutter and make it look a little bit more lived in, and like, I don't know, again, base game only, you're very restricted, so I was kind of thinking, okay, well, what can I do with this space? And this is what I came up with, so you'll have to let me know what you think of that downstairs toilet, not that anyone is going to, but anyway, this is the upstairs. So this is where we fit 2 bedrooms and then 2 further full bathrooms up here. So we've got the main bedroom, which has an ensuite, and then we've got a kids' room and then a main bathroom as well. So I think it works quite well. Initially, I was thinking, because obviously the upstairs is slightly smaller than the downstairs, it scared me a little bit because I was like, what am I going to do with this space? So I ended up decorating the bathrooms off camera just because they're exact replicas of the bathroom downstairs, just with added baths. So it doesn't really make much difference. So this is the main bedroom here. I didn't go too clutter mad with this because I wanted this house to be a little bit more accessible to everyone. So I didn't want to add too many items in case you've got any lag issues or anything like that. So it's for me, this is quite sparsely decorated. It's definitely not as cluttered as a lot of my other houses, but it's also really nice to do houses like this too that aren't as cluttered, and they're a little bit more, I don't know, there's just more space and there's more room to roam, I suppose you could say. But this ends up being the kids' room, and it ends up being really, really colourful. And I was thinking initially, okay, I'm going to keep it quite neutral, like creams and greens and maybe a bit of yellow thrown in there. And then I decided to add the green with pops of pink, and then I sort of went off on a tangent. I'm going to be completely honest, and I start adding all sorts of stuff. So if you want to tone this back, I completely understand. Looking back now, it's a lot. It's a lot on the eyes. It's very, very colourful, but I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with this room, and I wanted to showcase what you can actually do with the base game and what you're able to achieve, especially in kids' rooms. I think we have a lot of items in the base game that work so well, and I spoke again about that in my other base game house. I had so much fun with the kids' rooms in that one as well, and this was no exception. So this child, they have a really good sized room. They've got a TV in here, which I do end up swapping out for the penguin TV because I think it's absolutely adorable and I don't use it often enough, but it does come with the base game. So I thought, okay, well, let's just put a penguin TV in here because it's cute. And then I end up cluttering up this chest of drawers here, and there we are. There's the penguin TV going in. So I think it looks really sweet, but we do have an odd sort of bump out here just near the window, and I end up putting like a little chair in there so your child sim can grab a book from the bookshelf and snuggle up in that little corner. There it is with the panda chair. I thought that was a really, really nice idea, and I didn't really know what else to do with that space, so that's what we ended up coming up with. And then just adding a few more clutter items and making it look a little bit more lived in. And then this is the garden, and that's pretty much it for the video. So I hope you enjoyed it, but you can get this house from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, always, are linked down in the description box below. You can get them for free from Sim File Share. But thank you so much everyone for joining me here today. You all take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye!